Hi, so you can see that we finished up on this page, and I've gone ahead and put some papers on here. I put a solid on this one to match this, and then I started a whole new solid and put partial one on this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and decorate these two pages, and first, I want to remind you that this is 4.5 inches wide. So we're going to make a pocket out of this, and I think I'm going to use this side. So what I want to do first of all is I want to leave 1/2 inch on each side of my pocket, which means that I'm going to cut this at 5.5 inches wide. So and then I'm going to go ahead and score 1/2 inch on each side. And I know this is just a little bit too tall. So I'm also going to go ahead and score 1/2 inch on the bottom. Because we'll cut the top down after we have this kind of where we want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and fold these. I'm not going to burnish them yet, but I am going to fold them. Because sometimes it helps me. If you can't see the corners, then go ahead and smudge it, because sometimes just folding it will be enough to make you be able to see your corners so that you can cut them. And I'm going to go like this. So then we cut our corners out so that they fold like that. Okay. So I'm just going to fold those for now and lay this down here at the bottom. Oh, it's a little bit too big. So I'm going to take my scoreboard and I'm going to lay it in here, and I'm going to burnish or score just another maybe 1/4 inch. It doesn't need to be terribly big. There we go. So then I'm going to go ahead and burnish this edge, and I will cut it. Okay, so we're going to need this again because we're going to cut some off of the top. So I'm going to fold this down and make sure it fits. First of all, yeah, that's better. You have a little bit of space on either side, but that's better than getting it bound up in your edge. So I don't want this this tall. So I'm going to mark it about where I want it, and I'm thinking about halfway. And then we'll cut that. And I'll save this because it might make a pocket somewhere else. Oh yeah, that might work nicely. Okay, I'm going to put this away for now. So, something else that I have, I don't know if you girls have one of these. It's actually a box maker, and you can use it with an envelope maker because they have the same. My all-in-one, my We Are Memories Keeper all-in-one has it. But what it is, it will cut out like a V in my my paper. Let me show you. So I want it to be pretty much the same place. So I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna notice where my smudge mark is, and I think I'm gonna take it over just a little bit. Yeah. So when I push down on it, I get that. Now, I'm going to do the same thing over here. And you can see I have 2 of them. So after I've done that, I'm going to come back to my cut and score. Now, if you have a circle punch, you can use a circle punch to just punch a circle. That's perfectly okay too. Now, I make sure that my knife is somewhere in the middle of this, and I just push it until I've cut out that little piece like that. And so now I can burnish this, or smudge it, I'm sorry, smudge it. And we can glue that into our page. And I'm going to open these so that this one is flat. Oh yeah, that will look nice. I could have used a pink one or a green one to keep my theme going, but I like this with the words. It kind of flows into the words on this page. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And when I do something like this, a lot of times you will see me just glue one edge, and that will be the bottom edge. And I keep it just a little bit off of the bottom. I'm going to push it down, and then I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. Now I will take these sides and I will go ahead. Now you're welcome to cut just an angle off of these edges. Up here at the top, you're welcome to cut an angle off there. I'm not going to do that. It's not a big deal to me for this. There are some things I do that. And then I'm going to push these, but as I push them, you can see I'm kind of pinching it so that the middle is just up a little bit. That gives you a little bit of space to put things in your pockets. Otherwise, sometimes these pockets will be so tight you can't get anything in them. And you don't want that to happen. So you can see I can push my bone folder in there. So let me get this all burnished and my excess glue pulled out. There we go. That looks good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find a pretty piece of paper. And I am thinking I'm going to use this. So I want to make a flip over card, kind of like this, that will fit in there. So basically I know, let's measure this so that we're sure. Basically I know that this edge is about 6 inches. And so I can make this probably 11.5 inches. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut this so that it's 11 inches, 10.5, 11 maybe. I'm thinking I might do 10.5, girls, guys. 10 3/4. See? Always changing. And I'll keep that in case I have a need for it. So then the other measurement that we know, the entire board is 4.5 inches. But we've put a pocket on here, and I'm going to measure I'm going to put it just a little bit on the inside of the edge, and it's actually 4 1/8, so I'm thinking if I make it 3 7/8 wide. Let's try that. And I'll keep that. That's a nice piece. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. Oh yeah, that's going to go nicely. Okay, so I'm going to push it the whole way down, but then I'm going to give myself a little tick mark right under where this edge is, the small edge. And I'm going to score. And see, I have several black lines, so I'm going to put it on one of my black lines at the top. Make sure I have it pretty square. And then I'm going to go ahead and score on that line. So when you put this in, it doesn't go above the smallest edge of your page, but it also comes down here. Now, the second thing that I want to do is I want to find something really pretty to kind of put on there. And so you can see, I'm trying to find something that will fit. I think I'm going to use green, and I think I'm going to use this one because I have green over here. All right, so I'm just going to fussy cut this, girls and guys, and I'm going to cut it at the edge of my pink. Then I'll lay it. That's still just a little bit too big. So I'm going to take this beige off. That's my thing. I might be able to use this, I don't know. So I'm going to smudge this. I'm going to go ahead and smudge this. Now if I'd had something longer, ooh, like one of those, no, I'm going to do this. So I'm probably going to go ahead and put this here, and I'm going to cut this. Well, actually, I'm going to put it at the bottom, more towards the bottom. Okay, so I will put my glue on the back of this. And yes, I'm going to smudge this big piece too, but I'm going to get this on here first. Get it kind of centered. And then I also really like this little saying, I would blossom if I could, if I were a rose. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these butterflies off. And I'm going to have to cut just a little bit of the roses on each side, which is okay. See if it fits. Yeah, that's way nice. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and burnish this, or smudge this, and glue it on. Now remember, all of these empty spaces you can use for pictures. You can put more decorations like this on if you like. This is something that is entirely your decorative choice. I got that just a little crooked, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to put my needle back, and I'm going to get my ink, and then I'm going to smudge both the inside and outside of this all over, because once this is in here, you're not going to really see the back, but you might want to pull it out and have a picture on the back of this too. So that would be very pretty. Now I have seen people who have a stamp that has a photo on it, and I do have that stamp. I've used it a couple times, but I'm not going to do that here because not everybody will want to put a photo in these. Some people will like them just as they are, and if they want to do a photo, they will have ample space to do that. But there we go. Oh, and it's not going clear to the bottom. There we are. Okay, that looks good. So this next page, I'm just going to find some pretty things to just stick on here. I'm not going to do anything fancy like this. And then when you come back, you will see this was finished. So go ahead and find some pretty things just to stick. I will show you how I've done it in this one. It's this page, and these are all just stuck down. But the next time we come, I will have some of these backgrounds covered, some more of these backgrounds covered the way I like them, and then we're going to go ahead and make this trifold or double fold so that we can just glue that on here. So if you go ahead and get some of these pages covered and finish this, I will go ahead and show you another pretty little thing we can put on this page, and then we're almost finished with one side of this. It's looking pretty good, guys, gals. Let me push that down. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I will see you in a few more days for another video. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.